Hey everybody, welcome to the 2022 North American International Auto Show, better known as the Detroit Auto Show. And in this video, we are going over the top 5 off-roaders you need to know about going into 2023. And at the end, we're showing you a brand new one, which was just revealed, that is surprisingly affordable. Now we're gonna start our countdown with this, the new Bronco Heritage Edition. And I am so excited to get up close and personal with this vehicle. Now the Bronco, of course, is a retro design which dates all the way back to 1966, and when Ford relaunched the Bronco for the 2021 model year, they gave it a lot of retro styling cues, but some people felt they didn't go far enough. Well, that's where the Heritage Edition comes in. This thing, I think, is such a cool looking retro themed off-roader. I love all the little touches they gave it. So first of all, this one is seen in race red with the white striping down the side and the old school Bronco Heritage font written there on the front fenders. Now, against that, you'll notice the white wheels. White wheels need to make a comeback. They look fantastic. Admittedly, I think they'll be a little bit hard to keep clean, but these, they almost look like slotted mags, right? It's a throwback to like the 60s, are a great look. This is a two-door Bronco as well, so you get kind of this iconic proportion of the nose to the door to the trunk space. And then we got to talk about the white top. So when Bronco launched, there's only one top option, the Molden color top, and it was kind of this flat gray. But now in the Heritage Edition, they're offering this shiny white finish, and it really looks great. One of my favorite features on this new rig. Coming along back, you see that the white spare continues in the rear here. And let's go ahead take a peek on the inside, because they haven't only changed the outside, they've also added some cool touches on the inside. So first of all, a white dash, which is something I think was sorely missing when they launched the Bronco in 2021. It really freshens up and lightens up the interior. And then look at that door panel over there. Do you see that? How they've incorporated the exterior color on the inside. It just is a fantastic look. Now this is a big bend model in that race red like we talked about. And it's running a cloth seat, but once again, not a traditional seat. It's got a little bit of a cool texture and cool pattern to it. This one is equipped with the 2.3 liter automatic, 2.3 liter turbo 4, and then the 10-speed automatic transmission. And then of course this one's been Sasquatch. So if you look up here, Zach, it has front and rear locking differentials. This has got these smaller screens, so it doesn't have the ginormous screen in this one, but that's okay because it's an off-roader. Still has dual zone automatic climate, got heated seats, but with the front and rear lockers and of course the big 35-inch tall tires, this thing should be able to go anywhere. And if I were to buy a Bronco right now, this is the exact one I would get. Race red, two-door with the white top. It looks retro, it looks cool, it's a throwback to the 1960s, and they just nailed it. Now behind us here is another Heritage Edition Bronco, but this time the Bronco Sport. So if you don't quite need all that capability that the full-size big Bronco offers, well, check out the Bronco Sport. So escape-based, doesn't have a low-range transfer case, but the Heritage Edition kind of coolness is made its way into this model as well. So you got the white grille in the front with the red Bronco letterings, and this one is seen in Robin's Egg Blue, which is like a Tiffany blue, but once again, check it out. We've got the white wheels, a simulated looking steely wheel, very retro, very old school, and then the white roof. Very kind of 70s almost in this color configuration. Now on the inside, we also see that same kind of plaidish pattern that we saw on the full-size Bronco. And then once again, the white trim continues there on the dash and then along the door panels as well. So I love that Ford is doing this. They listen to their customers. People wanted a more old school themed Bronco, and now you have two of them, the full size and of course the Bronco Sport. Now while we're in the Bronco booth, a couple other things worth noting. This is the Bronco Raptor, so this is the top dog off-road model with the 37-inch tall tires. It's got the 3-liter twin turbo EcoBoost, the giant box shocks. This is the one ready to tackle the desert. We've done a ton of stuff with this already, but then one more model over here worth noting is the Bronco Everglades. So I have a feeling that this version could be the most desirable one day when people are collecting them in like 50 years and taking them to Sotheby's and that kind of thing, because the Bronco Everglades is the ultimate enthusiast Bronco. So you get the snorkel, you get the Sasquatch package, you get a deeper fording depth, you get the factory included winch in the front, right? but it only has a 2.3 liter EcoBoost. So you really have to be an enthusiast to want an Everglades, to want the roof rack and the snorkel, and really cool that they're doing this. So that's been number 5 on our list. Let's go ahead and over to GM and check out number 4. Now, some other cool things that they're doing at the Detroit Auto Show this year. In the Ford booth, they have this basically mountain where you can take a ride up this enormous simulated hill in a Bronco. They're doing launches in the EVs, like there goes the Lightning shooting off down the horizon. You got Mach-E's. So for those of you that want to kind of have a fun experience, check out the Ford booth. They also have their full offering. So here we have the new Ranger Tremor. This is the off-roady version of the Ranger until we get a Raptor. And then to the right is the Maverick Tremor, which is of course their smallest offering. But now with the Tremor package, you get a little bit more ground clearance. You get these Falcon tires, orange accents, Tremor badging. This vehicle is locked. Come on, Ford, don't lock them. I want to poke around inside of them. But let's keep going to GM because we got a lot more to talk about. Now, if you want to attend the 2022 North American International Auto Show, today is Wednesday, Zach? I think today is Wednesday. So this is the press day. And then they're going to be opening up into the public here very, very shortly as well for those that kind of want to get hands-on with these vehicles and experience them in person. So we're going to keep poking our way through the Ford booth over here and make our way over to Chevrolet. Now, Chevrolet's booth is primarily dominated by some of their new electric offerings. So we see up front and center the Blazer EV and the Equinox EV and the new Silverado EV. But in this video, we're focusing on the off-roaders. So we're gonna squeak past these guys and see what's going on just over the horizon there. First of all, really excited to see the new Silverado EV in person. First time kind of getting up close and personal and seeing what this looks like. It's pretty big and bold, isn't it? Wow, okay. And now we're gonna make our way over here to the Colorado ZR2. Or is this a Trail Boss? Let's find out. Nope, it's a ZR2. So this is the all-new generation of the Colorado, powered by a 2.7 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It's the only engine option. So they discontinued the diesel, they discontinued the NA-V6, and it is a very attractive design. I haven't seen it in person yet, but they've really done a good job with it. So, of course, we got these big DSSV shocks. Excuse me. This is the Desert Boss Edition as well. I love kind of the bronzy accents going on here. And then you've got this big sports bar up top, which is a very good look. Of course, full rock rails there alongside, front and rear locking differentials, and then of course the stripes on the front fender, which look really, really good. Yeah, I think they did a nice job. This is a big improvement over the previous generation, I think. And then of course you got the big kind of push bar in the front with the see-through bow tie there. So overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing. So this is definitely number 4 on our list. It's a huge deal that there's a new Colorado in town, and the ZR2, especially in this Desert Boss Edition, is kind of the ultimate around. Looks great. Now for the next car on our list, we're gonna head over to GMC and showcase some other cool stuff. That, by the way, was Nick. He was the chief engineer of the Colorado. Try to point out some notable figures as we go along. Chevrolet's got their full lineup of trucks here. We got High Countries, we've got ZR2s, we've got some of the HD stuff, and we of course have the older Colorado over here as well. And then later this afternoon, they've got a special unveiling going on. Big truck. Oh, we're gonna have to do a big video on the big truck. Andre's definitely a big truck guy. All right, so GMC has launched itself back into the off-road game with a couple of new products. Now, of course, the first vehicle which has taken the world by storm is the Hummer, and Hummer is launching under the GMC brand, and there's 2 models now. We've seen a lot about the truck, but over here we've also got the new SUV, and let's see what it looks like. Seen here, this kind of cool flat matte gray silver. Very cool. Man, that's a big vehicle. So 4-wheel, independent suspension, air suspension. You got the Hummer badging there on the front in ginormous letters, and of course a full LED treatment. I love the integrated recovery points, which looks like the D-rings. It's a throwback to the original AM General H1 of the 80s and the 1990s. Big side step there, gloss black roof, and considerably shorter than the truck version. So look at how short that rear overhang is. The whole thing just kind of ends. Wow, really dramatic tail there. And then to these almost crystal-like tail lights, full-size spare mounted on the rear. You can see the hitch there in the middle, and then an off-kilter license plate. But while we're over here at the GMC booth, let's check out the Hummer truck. Also, one of my first times seeing this in person. This one's got the tonneau cover on it. I really like the bronze accent. So if red tow hooks are stronger than black tow hooks, obviously, how strong are bronze tow hooks? Can't wait to give that a go. Hummer EV badging there on the rear with, of course, the multi-pro tailgate. Let's take a quick peek on the interior there. We got the giant dual screens. Very blocky, almost industrial looking on the inside. And then Hummer badging on the steering wheel. I love the bronze accents. This is a luxury truck, but it's kind of an interesting mix, right? So you've got very luxury and premium materials, but then you got like the full vinyl washout floor, which is kind of something we don't see. But of course, Edition 1 going to be starting at over $100,000, so it's an expensive vehicle. Curious if that's going to feel good on your back. So he's got like a little bit of a plastic thing here in the seat. You want to show him, Zach? It's like a little plastic insert. You're going to have to play with that. I wonder if that's going to poke into the back of your neck there. So that's very cool in the GMC booth. But next up on our list, I want to show you the new GMC Canyon AT4X, and this one is the Edition 1. So it is the off-road trim of the Canyon, the ultimate off-road trim. So the Edition 1 has the built-in winch. It's got the DSSV shocks. Look who it is! Steven and Howard from Truck King. How you doing, guys?
Good. You guys live?
We're sort of live, yeah.
Okay,
we'll go with it.
Everybody. So what are you seeing here that's getting you excited?
Let's see. What did we see? Raptor R. Did you see the Raptor R?
Not yet. That's cool. Oh, we got to check that out.
Yep, that's cool. We saw the Bronco Heritage Edition.
Oh, that's cool too.
And what do you think of this guy?
It looks nice, man. I mean, I love that it's got the factory integrated winch up front. Yeah, that's a beauty. And I just hope it comes to all the trucks. Right now they're saying it's only first edition, so hopefully it arrives to all the Canyons soon enough. I think they did a good job. I also like the fact that every Canyon you buy now is lifted. Every single one, from like the base model up, they all get the 2-inch lift right from factory. So I think GM did a good job. I just want to drive them now, Tommy.
So Howard, I got to ask you a question. What do you think of a mid-sized truck coming in at the mid-$60,000 point?
I think we're going to have to lose the mid-size label. These things are just about full size. And then if you think of it as full size, you won't get so excited about the 60 grand.
That's fair.
There you go.
Bigger. There's no doubt about that.
Just reclassified the whole truck. Well, guys, Steven and Howard, thank you, gentlemen, from Truck King. Check them out on YouTube. Fantastic YouTube channel. They got some great off-road testing. Love what those guys are doing over there. So we saw what Ford was doing. We saw what Chevrolet was doing. Just got to see the GMC. Now we're on to number 2 and 1, and we're going to have to kind of wind our way all the way back through all the craziness and show you what's going on the other side of the North American International Auto Show. Pretty interesting to see this show progress over the years. So we haven't been here since 2019. 2020, right, didn't really happen. They were trying to move it into the summer. 2021 was kind of a debacle. And then now we're into 2022, and it's returned in full swing, but sort of full swing because we're missing a lot of the foreign auto manufacturers. So there's a small presence dotted throughout the show, but it used to be you had like huge Volkswagen presence, huge Mercedes presence, huge BMW, Audi, all of them showed up. But now, I mean, primarily we've got Stellantis over there, so right, Chrysler, got Toyota, got Ford, got Chevrolet, got GMC, but those are the big players in town. So we're really missing a lot of the foreign automakers. And if you want to see kind of more in depth on like the truck side of things, so we talked about like the Raptor R, we're going to be doing a video up next talking about the top 5 trucks from the North American International Auto Show, because there are a bunch of influential and important vehicles coming. Same thing with EVs. You know, we talked briefly about the Silverado EV, but we also have the Equinox EV and the Blazer EV. And let's start making our way to the other side of the hall. This is the issue with doing it in the one takes. You get to kind of put up with the meandering through the hall, but it's cool. We get to show some of the stuff here. So like here we've got a variety of imports, for lack of a better word, but like you got Genesis, Honda with the Ridgeline, Volvo. Got the Ghostbusters guys here. It's a kind of a fun thing. The Ecto 10, look at that. Got a Flintstones car. There's a little Jurassic Park world going on here. So that's that experience you can do if you show up here. This is called Bronco Mountain. And they'll let you basically suspend yourself from inside of a Ford Bronco, in this case with the Sasquatch package. That eruption green is, in my opinion, the best color combo on the new Bronco, other than the Heritage, which we talked about, but that's a really, really cool thing. So coming over here, got the full Raptor family, Raptor 37, Bronco Raptor, and then F-150 Raptor on the 35s, and the Raptor R is in the Ford booth. We'll show that a little bit later. And making our way here, I think this is probably an exotic car dealer in the middle, because we got a collection of spicy Mercedes and the new GLB. Now I'm thinking it's probably a Mercedes dealer, because that seems to be the big trend within this booth. Still kind of trying to figure out what everything's going on here. Lingenfelter has a big booth here. Maybe we'll see if we can do a thing with their Colorado. Looks really cool. They got a couple Corvettes in here. They are a big performance tuner. And as we start making our way over, we're going to see a number of other cool cars. So BMW booth, 8 Series, iX. But the news for this show is actually going to be found within the Stellantis booth, because there are 2 models that they just revealed, which are very significant. So, of course, Jeep's big push is toward electrification. We've seen that with like the 4xe models in the Wrangler and the Grand Cherokee. And now, as of like 10 minutes ago, they just revealed 2 new versions, and that's going to make a 2 in 1 on our list. Now, the first new model is called the Grand Cherokee 4xe 30th Anniversary Edition. So the Grand Cherokee, believe it or not, debuted in Detroit in the early 1990s at this exact show. They did this famous thing where they drove it up the stairs of then Cobo Hall and smashed it through a window. It was kind of an iconic scene in the Jeep world. So to remember that, they've come out with a special 30th Anniversary Edition, which we're going to see over here. They've sold over 7 million, by the way, 7 million Grand Cherokees since 1992, which was the first year of the model. But here we can see it sitting up here on the stand. What's going on, sir? And yeah, it looks quite good. So it's shown here in this nice silver trim. So it's got silver exterior with these dark gray accented wheels. And yeah, it's just supposed to commemorate the launch of the new Grand Cherokee from 1992. Also, because it's 4xe, you can see like it's got the blue tow hooks there in the front, and the black accenting on the grille looks really good. Now the 4xe Grand Cherokee is powered by a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine and of course an electric architecture. It can go about 25 miles on a single charge. But number one, the vehicle I really want to showcase is up there. That right there is the new Jeep Wrangler 4xe Willys. So Jeep just unveiled this Wrangler. Now the 4xe is a plug-in hybrid Wrangler, goes 21 miles on a single charge, and then is powered by a gasoline engine once the battery dies. But the Willys is kind of the affordable version of this. So it's currently available in 3 trims. There's like the Sahara, the Rubicon, and the High Altitude. Now the Sahara starts in the mid $54,000 range. The Rubicon starts closer to like, what was it, 58, I want to say. And then this Willys is going to come in at 53, so it's a little bit more affordable than the other 2. You still get the Firestone Destination tires, you still get 4-low, you get a lot of off-road capability. You got like the red Rubicon shocks, but they've added some kind of cool little tidbits here and there. Show around back here. Did you see this? You want to zoom in on that? It says electric 4-wheel drive. So it's got the iconic 4-wheel drive Willys badging, but now it says electric above it. And this one's got cloth seats, so it's going for a little bit more of an entry-level off-road trim. Now, of course, 53 and some change is still a lot of money for an off-road vehicle, but it does apply for the federal tax credit, right? $7,500 you could get off toward your taxes by buying the Wrangler 4xe. And if you don't quite have the change to put into a full-on Rubicon, the Willys 4xe could be a cool option. Also different colors, lots of different trims. You can get a bunch of tops for it. This one, obviously topless and doorless, as it should be, but really excited that now we're seeing 4xe versions of not only the top trims like the Sahara and the Rubicon, but also relatively more affordable trims like the Willys. So let me know what you think in the comments below. A huge thank you to Zach behind the camera for putting up with my antics. A huge thank you for watching and kind of putting up with my stumbling for a little there. But as always, it's been Tommy with TFL Off-Road. It's an exciting time to be an off-road enthusiast. We got a lot of cool options coming up, and we'll see you in the next video.